All right, guys, we are ready to rock and roll. Going to turn the music off. All right, welcome to the Business Revamp webinar. Tonight, this is, as I was letting everyone know through email and also at the times when I've gone live, this is what we call a no pitch webinar. I will not talk about anything that I offer tonight. I am only going to be sharing information about business. So tonight is all about revamping the business that you have, and or there are some of you who are actually interested in exiting your businesses. So I can speak from my own personal history that I've actually done the exiting from behind my chair, and I've totally revamped everything. I started this webinar because I know that the revamp is something that has to happen, and it will happen several times throughout our businesses. And we just have to recognize that it's something that needs to happen. So please make sure that you have a pen and paper tonight to take notes about the things that I will definitely be covering. All right, so let's hop right in. I'm so glad that you guys are here to join. You may have many different reasons for joining, but whatever it is, make sure you have a pen and paper. Okay, so before we get started, make sure that you know this is your time. This is the business revamp. There's something here for you that you can use that will propel your business forward. So make sure that you're turning off any other devices that will distract you. Usually when we're in classes and we pick up other devices, it just takes our attention away, and we just really don't get what we came to get. So if there are any other tabs on your computer or anything, you can close them so that we can get rid of any distractions so we could be fully engaged tonight. So as I said earlier, make sure you do have a pen and a notebook, because this is a note-taking experience, what we're going to be talking about tonight. All right, so you just have to decide that now is the time for you to show up in this world. And that's what this is all about. You taking a moment to be here, sit still, take notes, apply the info that applies to you immediately. All right, so let's go. So a little bit about me. I am Coach Tomeka James. I'm a former cosmetologist, as you guys know. I am actually from New Jersey, and I now reside in Miami. And I absolutely love the position that I'm in at this point. I work for 3 days a week, and I'm full-fledged coaching. So I basically made a choice. I wrote on a piece of paper that I will live like I'm on vacation, and I've done it. So I want to share a little piece of my world with you tonight. So while you guys are here, if you don't mind, you can tell me in the chat. You don't even have to say anything. What do you know that you need clarity on when it comes to your business? The chat is actually going to be saved. So if I see your comment now, that's cool. And if I see your comment later, that's cool as well. So what do you feel like you need clarity on when it comes to your business? Now, I know that in order for you to get in here, you actually had to fill out a quick form that asks you a couple of questions. So if you've done that, you can still reiterate your questions or comments here. So what's your reason for attending tonight when we're talking about the business revamp? Some of you are actually looking to exit from behind a chair where you are. Some of you are not even behind a chair and you want to exit where you are and you want to do something different. Some of you feel like you need more sales in your business. Some of you know you need more marketing. What reason would you actually have for coming to a business revamp webinar tonight for you? When you talk to me, I can talk back, and it helps me to get context on what everybody needs. And anytime you actually communicate with me, it lets me be able to serve you even more, which is what I came here to do tonight. So I thank you all for joining so far. I'm sure there will be more people who will be hopping in. So reaching my target market client, making money without working behind a chair. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. And we're definitely going to talk about both of these tonight. So that is really good. As you guys are continuing to add to the chat, I will continue on here with my presentation. Okay. So, all right. What will you guys be learning tonight while you are here? I'm going to let you know right now the 5 secrets that I'm going to be sharing. All right, so I will be sharing with you getting and keeping customers. So some tips on doing that. I'm going to be sharing some marketing tips tonight. I will also be talking about, I kept forgetting about this topic right here, which is getting employees. And it's not just a physical employee. So we'll delve in when we get there, but everyone, no matter what business you're in, can use this information that I'm going to be sharing tonight. Ooh, getting clients without social media. Ooh, okay, yeah, let's talk about it. There are ways. All right. And secret number 4 tonight will be about transitioning to online. All right. So let's see, what else do we have? And secret number 5 that I'll be sharing tonight is about creating digital products. Right. So what I'm going to do is get moving here. So are you guys ready to learn the 5 secrets? Somebody say yes. Just give me some interaction. I love interaction. Just say yes so I know that you are ready. All right. Coming from behind the chair and creating an online course. Awesome, awesome. So there are so many of you that have so many different reasons why you're here, and also how to market your digital products. Okay, beautiful. Okay. All right. So before we dive into the details, I want to share my story with you quickly so you actually know how I got here. Some of you already know some about me, and some of you that are watching or listening to this have no clue of who the heck I am and where I came from. So I can share with you that let's move this out of my way. All right. So for nearly 30 years, guys, I was doing hair and I was educating around the world. And I thought that that was all that I was meant to do. And just imagine when you start doing something, you're great at it. It seems like that's the thing that you'll do, and you'll probably do that forever. And that's not necessarily always the case. So that was what I thought. But when I got to the end of my career, it wasn't exactly that. So what I was doing when I was behind the chair was I was servicing women with hair loss. I actually created a few techniques that I actually patented. Some of you know that. I created the DSW, the wig molding process, the Makani technique, and some of the pictures here depict some of the things that I've actually done and created. And as you can see here, I was definitely servicing clients that had hair loss and just bringing a smile back to their faces. Now, what also brought a smile to my face was when I was actually able to take the techniques that I knew, and I was able to create digital products from them. So what I did was I decided to do education at trade shows around the world, which is what I did. And I used those techniques that I created to carry me all across the world. Guys, I've been to a lot of cities, states, and a lot of countries educating. I was actually able to travel on other people's dimes for a large portion of the time when I was out there educating. And a lot of it was on me because what I ended up doing was I founded my own show, Extensions Expo, which some of you know about, and I created a weave team. So I began to educate them so they could educate others so that the information would be widely spread. When you guys hear my story, you might want to find yourself a space in my story. If you're connected to me, you might be here because you've seen what I've done and you know that you can do at least some of what I've done. You might be able to do all of what I've done. I'm not quite sure. But I hope that you see yourself in my story, because I'm not a unicorn. As much as I've done a lot of things, I'm just not a unicorn. And I really am one that actually just shows up for myself. And that might make me different from some other folks. Okay. So another thing, as I said a little earlier, I've created over 200 digital products over the years. I started creating digital products back in 2004. And I just kept going. When things changed, I changed with the times and used whatever technology was available. And that's one of the things that a lot of us actually have to take hold of and just get in there and learn whatever we need to learn. So the digital products that I've created have been about business. I have like audio clips. I also have books and things like that. So some of the products are digitally delivered for business. I have extensions, education, digital as a digital product. And me being an author, I have physical and I have digital books. So you'll find like some of my books are located on Amazon. And hear my story. I've done it, and so can you. You can do exactly the same. All right. Okay, so other things. I mean, I've been featured in many different magazines. I just put one of them up here. Hello Beautiful did an article on me and my journey. and they also sponsored my expo. There are many other sponsors, but just way too much to put on the screen. But I did want to let you guys know that there's been so much that I've done. So after all of the accolades, guys, maybe you can relate to this part of my story. I really just wanted to be able to work out and just do what I wanted to do for me. I really wanted to have time freedom. I was no longer willing to just be bound to the chair and just servicing clients and being there all day, day in and day out. And I really started to see that the schedule that I had that was so long was affecting things like my fitness plans. And listen, I'm sure, I think there's mostly females here tonight. And even if there are some males, we never really want to gain weight. And we do it, but we never really want to do it, unless, something happened and you lost weight for a reason. But that's not what we want. So I do want to share that looking back, it seems as if it would be impossible for me to come from behind a chair. And I want to tell you this because there are a few people who put this in the chat. It does seem impossible. Why? Because this is your life. Like, this is what you do. And now you say to yourself, I don't really know if I want to do this anymore. For me, my back was hurting, my feet was hurting. And I realized that I was coming to the end of an amazing journey. And we really want to leave out on top. I mean, honestly, who else can say that you want to leave out on top? And say me, if that's what you want to do upon your exit. Do you want to go down and people are talking about you and then you leave, or you want to leave out on top? Okay. Put on top in the chat if that's you. All right. So in just a few months, guys, I actually changed everything. Okay. And this is just how it was. You've seen me. You've already seen this. Oh my gosh, I have carpal tunnel and I want to leave out on top. Absolutely. Absolutely. I share in that with you, Sophia. Let me tell you why, because I don't have carpal tunnel, but my fingers started getting stuck together some days. And I was like, what the heck is this? And I started talking to my mom. She actually has arthritis. And I started to say to myself, well, how much longer do I really have if my fingers at times are just literally getting stuck? They're feeling weird. I started getting swelling in my hands every now and then. And I was like, how long do I have? Like, am I going to go out at the bottom or the top? So in any case, when I first got started, I actually struggled with the thought of like, how would I really, really work without my hands? And how would my computer consistently be a source of income was my question that I had, even though I had digital products. I'm telling you this because you may not even be in a position that I'm in where I've been doing digital products for years, but I still question it. Can I do this? Honestly, okay? And I just want to tell you the God honest truth. I just did it like scared and ugly and all of the other words, okay? So here's what I did, guys. Second thing that I did was I decided to get super comfortable with my computer. Now, I already was, I will tell you that. But I started taking online classes. I did any YouTube tutorial. I took any program that I could get my hands on, and I learned something new consistently. And right now I actually have a schedule where I learn something different every single day. It's on my calendar, like for real. So the last thing I had to do was to figure out what should be done and in what order. And it was a bit of a struggle, a little bit, because I was like, okay, what do I do now? And I actually had to like stop. So what I did was I had to get a coach, and I got a coach in the space of what I needed help with, because I knew that I knew quite a bit, but I didn't know everything. And I wanted to make sure that me moving into a new space, I understood how to do things. Okay. So I also just started helping others in any capacity that I could. Okay. So one of the things that was important to me was that I noticed that instead of me having to drive to work, I could now stay home and literally work from the comfort of my own home. So if that is you, I'm letting you know that it's possible. So that's exactly what I do. I stay home. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And now I want to say to you, whether you're going to revamp, which is the reason why you're here. Either you're going to revamp or you're going to exit your business. You can do whatever you want starting right now. So let's talk about some of the things that you can actually do. So where do we start? All right. So I want to welcome you all tonight. And I've already started to ask you in the chat, who are you, by you telling me why you're here. You are a person who wants to do blank. So thank you for adding to the chat. And if there's anyone new that joined since we started, please add to the chat why you decided to come this evening. What is it that you would like to get assistance with? All right. So let's see secret number one. And I'm going to time myself because I only want to spend a few minutes on each of the topics. And I want to make sure that you get a bit of information about everything. So just let me get that together. All right. So here we go. Okay, getting and keeping customers. This is a problem for everyone. This is a problem for everyone. Is anyone here that is not in the beauty industry? If you're not, say not a beauty person, I need to know who's here looking to expand your business and transition from behind the chair. Okay, awesome. Is there anyone not in the beauty industry? Because if everyone here is in the beauty industry, I'll just speak directly to you. This was marketed to anyone who's in business. So I just need to know who I'm talking to. All right, I'm going to talk to beauty professionals because I believe most of you are. And if you're not, I will make sure I address you as well. Getting and keeping customers. Okay. So yes, we do know that getting new customers online is definitely one of the ways to go, which is definitely putting out information so that people know exactly who you are. And they have, okay, so first and foremost, before you get a new customer, you have to decide on if you're revamping, who are you, what are you sharing with the world, and what do you want people to know about you? If you don't get this together, what's going to happen is you're just going to use your social media and randomly post, and it's not going to lead you to any particular place. So you have to stop and you have to decide who you really are moving forward and what do you want them to know. This morning in one of my memberships, we worked on that. And everybody actually had to say, what is it that they want people to see? And let me tell you what I discovered. Not almost every single person said they wanted the world to see something about their business. And then I asked them, is it represented on your social media right now? And most of them said no. When I say they said no, let's say if they're a hairstylist, they have pictures of their styles posted. But if you want clients for a particular type of service, you have to make sure you put pictures of that service up. You see how deep it gets? It's not, I'm just going to put pictures up of my random work. If you know that you've been posting pictures of ponytails and you really want to post pictures of your wig service because you're going to make 3 times as much when you service a client with the wig, why are you putting way too many ponytail pictures? So we need people to know what our specialty is. So first of all, while you're here, I want you to write down what your specialty is right now. This is a note-taking experience. It's not from me just to share info with you. So what is your specialty? Write it down. If you're about to revamp, what do you want to walk into? What is that? Write it down on a piece of paper. Whatever it is that where you are or where you're going, you have to begin to create content that lets people know that this is who you are and what it is that you want them to know about you. Now, one of the ladies earlier was saying that she opens her business at 5 a.m. and that's a special thing. So if you do something special to get your customers, know what your unique selling proposition is, or selling position, and the P is different no matter which way you want to use it. But what's your USP? How are you unique and different than others? And I want you to write that down. From this point forward, I want you to have that on your social media, your business cards. I want you to be able to print up some flyers that you can do hand-to-hand combat with. And let's start talking about not only your social media and connecting with others. You do have to find the places where the people that you service actually go. One of the places I talk about all the time is making sure that you go to women's events. If you're in the beauty industry and you see these women empowerment events, you see them come into your area and you know that people from the area are gonna actually go, I need you to go. I need you to have your printed items. This is a time where you have to print something up. And I want you to make sure that you go to the event before it starts. And I want you to stay after it's over, and you're strictly going and connecting with people. Now, you have got to get outside and talk to people, or you got to get on your social media, or you're going to have to get a spokesperson, but somebody has to get you new customers. Now, someone said, how do I do this if I don't want to do it with social media? There are marketing tactics, but they do cost quite a bit of money. And if you want to put banners on different people's sites where people are located, we do have shout out pages on social media where you make a nice post and you ask them, because there are pages that just strictly do this, and people go there, especially even places like the Shade Room. People go there to see what's going on, and you can pay for a spot, and you can put whatever your ad is up there, and it will be amongst the other people who are looking at the other things. So if you don't want to be the one on camera, then you definitely have to get someone else to be the spokesperson and let them shoot the video for you. Or there's such a thing as stock video footage, where it's video footage that's already out there. It's on different sites and in different apps, and you can create a little commercial. I also want to let you guys know, stop trying to do everything and thinking because I can't do it, I won't do it, and you leave it alone. Fiverr, Fiverr.com, they have lots of people who will make you a commercial about your business, and you can post it, and it doesn't necessarily have to be you. Now, if you have photos of your work and you are specific about the thing that you actually do that makes you unique, you can send photos and different videos to someone to craft up a commercial for you, and that is something you consistently put out. Now, you will not put this commercial out one time. You're going to consistently keep putting it out. Now, there's something, I'm going to talk a little bit more about social media stuff later, but if you put something out consistently, you can put it out and you can put a new cover on top of it. So the thing that's underneath is not what everybody sees every single time that they actually come to that one post. So on one occasion, it could be a nice photo of you and they click it, and then there's a video of a commercial of your business underneath. Another time, it could be a picture of your hairstyle. It could be a picture of your business storefront. If you have a website, you can take a screenshot of your website, and that can be the things that you're posting. I'm so glad that you're enjoying this information. And I love when you guys chat with me, so I know that you're feeling good about what you're absorbing tonight. Okay, so getting and keeping customers. Now, my timer went off. I was speaking a little bit about getting them. I do want to talk about keeping your customers. How do you get a person, and now that they're with you, you keep them? You have to stay in touch with them. Some of you are here tonight because you're on my email list. Some of you follow me on social media, and that's how you know that I'm doing this webinar tonight. I don't know why you decided, where you heard about it. It could have been that I was in Clubhouse and I spoke about it. It could have been that I went live on my Instagram. You could have seen it in the stories on my Instagram. You could have seen a post that I put up on my IG. You could have seen a post that I put up on Facebook. And once again, you could have been on my email list. Okay, so there are so many ways that I've put this out, and this is the stuff that you have to do. So you must have an email list, is what I'm saying, so that you can talk to people about what is going on, so that you can keep them informed. Now, one of the things I do on my email list is I do shoot a lot of emails out, but in between, if I'm telling you something is available for, that you could purchase or something you can sign up to, I am also giving out valuable information. So I've made the choice that I wanted to talk about certain things in my emails that I know people need to hear. And those are the things that are in the email. So people do want to open it up, whether it's going to be a warm email that makes you feel good and gives you info, or whether it is something that you can actually purchase. So you have to do these things. Now, keeping your customers also is all about nurturing them. So every now and then you can drop them something that is free discount it or add something on to what you've already been giving. I know that you guys are really trying to watch your pennies, but when someone knows that the person that they are serviced by is going to do something nice for them, they tend to stick with you opposed to picking someone else. So I really want you to consider thinking about what you can actually give away to keep your customers. Now, there are some things you might be doing in your business. I just remember being in a salon. I gave everybody a scalp massage, and that was how I kept my clients, because they didn't want to go somewhere else and get a not so good shampoo. And when I trained my assistants, they were trained to do the same things. So keeping your customers also will be making sure that you're paying attention to what they actually want and need, which means every now and then I want you to survey your customers. I wrote a book a long time ago, and it still is available somewhere on tamekasbeauty.com or whatever, but it was called Salon Forms. And in there, I actually had something that you could print out and you could make this yourself, okay? Which is 3 to 5 questions that you type up that you want to ask your customers about the service you're offering. Make sure it remains anonymous, and tell them that you're working on making the business better for them, which is why you want them to fill it out. And you print this up and you give it to them when they're about to check out. And you basically can just have a box at, somewhere in your business and let them fold it up, never put their name on it. And you put it in and you open them up like once a week after so many people have filled it out. When people know that they're being surveyed, it does tell them that you're working on something. Also ask the question about what else that they actually want, because there's random things that people say that you don't even know and that they need, which is some of the amazing things that you guys put on the form when you told me about what you want. And I'm just excited about being able to serve you today. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else I can share with you in the space of getting customers. Get your customers from the ones that you have right now. When I tell you that's the easiest way, you already have people who trust you. And referral systems are super important. I know most of you are not talking about the referral system. I know, because you're busy and you do what you do. But the ones that trust you already, they are willing to talk about you. So make sure you set something up to give them something off for telling someone about you, and do a timed referral thing. That's another way to create urgency. You can say, if you refer someone to me by the end of this week, I will give you, I don't know, $25 off your next service that's $100 or more. You can make your own parameters. And when I said $25 off of something that's $100 or more, you know who you're talking to. You have a client in front of you that does spend that kind of money, and maybe they were going to skip a visit. But if you offer them $25 off, instead of them not coming and spending a whole $100, you get $75. Please hear what I'm saying. I know that you want to always keep the money in your pocket, but you got to keep the business flowing. So do something drastic to get the people in so that they will talk about you and get you a new customer. Everybody, please remember this. When you get a new customer that now loves what you do, if they pay you $100 for their service, and that's what they generally spend, and they come to you even only once a month, right? I'm only going to go once a month right now. $100 once a month is $1,200 for the year, which is what that customer is worth to you. $1,200 more in your account. And I only gave it to you once a month, and most clients will come at least twice a month. And you should be talking to your customers about what they need to come back for. That is also how you keep them. You tell them, oh, we did such and such today. And this next thing is something that you should definitely consider getting, this steam treatment or whatever. You let them know what they should get. You put the bug in their ear so they're thinking about what they should be getting. And you let them know that it is suggested that they get it done in another week or 3 weeks or whatever the case is, okay? These are just some things that you can do. All right. I'm gonna get off of getting and keeping customers because there are a load of other ways to do that, but I do want to pop around with this info tonight. Okay, so we've spoken about getting some new customers, maintaining them as well, and winning new clients definitely has to do with that referral thing, which is making sure that your customers are talking about you and helping you to win new people. Now, something else that will get you guys a lot of customers will be picking the right person to service. Some of you should find that person who is that one who's in front of everyone. Who do you know that has to be in front of everyone all the time and they always look good? Target that person, reach out to them and tell them that you're doing some photos. You can make up anything if you want to. You're doing some photos and you'd love to do a complimentary service on them. And this way you can, have room to do some of the things you want to do, grab you some really good pictures and service that person. And they're going to be so excited about what you just did. They're going to talk about you. And then you make sure you give them the referral cards. You see, you're busy thinking about how do I keep money in my pocket when you're actually warding off the money that you could get because you're just holding your fist so tight. Okay, so find someone of influence that's in front of other people that either does events. They're just in touch with a lot of people. Find your person so that they can talk about you. You guys all have them. You got the person in the church. You've got the person that actually is an event coordinator. You've got the person that is they're at places where people pass them all the time, whatever they do. Okay. All right. Think long and hard. I hope you're taking notes on the people that you know. Okay. Secret number 2, marketing. I feel like I'm talking a little bit about marketing right now. But I do want to let you know that marketing comes in the form of you getting ready for what people see. I'm going to pop out of this presentation real quick because I want to go and grab something else real quick, and then I'm going to come back. All right, let me. Okay. Okay, over here is what I want to share with you. That's not the right button to click. Okay, marketing, guys. Something that's super important is to look good when you're marketing. A couple of things that you have to start with. And if this is not something you've already done, I want you to go back to the drawing board. You have to look professional enough to those who are in front of you. I want you to select a font that you're going to use consistently, that you'll use for your marketing. If you don't know how to do this, get with a graphic designer and ask them to select a font that you'll use. And you should pick you can pick 2 fonts that you can use like interchangeably on the things that you're creating. And a place that you can figure out what font you want to use is at thefont.com. But a graphic designer can really help you with this. Now, if you had a graphic designer that made a flyer for you before and you actually like the font that they use, you can ask them what they used, or you can actually go to thefont.com and find it. Now, you also need to pick 2 to 4 colors for your marketing. I'm telling you this because people need to recognize you whenever you show up on the scene. So pick 2 to 4 colors that will consistently represent who you are and what it is that you do. Colors represent certain things. So you don't want to make the mistake of just picking any colors just because you like them. They are attractive to certain people who you are targeting. And you first and foremost have to know who it is that you're targeting, which is what I was speaking about a little bit earlier. Who are you looking to to keep keep engaged, and or what are you moving towards? Who is that? So, different colors like greens and yellows and things, they are for natural. So you don't want to go using like dark blues and different colors if you're trying to attract a natural client. Okay. So you research the colors, pick 2 to 4. Once you pick them, I want you to get the code to the colors. This stuff I'm talking about, guys, is actually really serious, because if you get the code to the color, you'll be able to go and use it everywhere. If you get a new designer, if you use a new app, you can put the colors in. All right. A logo is super important. And once you guys have a logo, you want to make sure you create a PNG file, PNG, which means that you're removing the background so that the logo can sit on top of anything, which means that if you now want to take your photo and put it into one of your editors and pop your logo on top, it doesn't have to be the whole black box. You can just pop your logo on top of a lot of things to keep creating recognition. Okay, just a couple of other things that I want to share with you. Once you decide whatever you're going to do next, someone was asking about creating your online program. You do want to create some graphics that showcase that this is what you have, and you consistently post them. Stories, print it, put it on your regular feed, put it on all of your different platforms, and make sure that people consistently see that is what you do. Let me see what was in the chat. Okay. This is where I'm stuck. Tell me where I'm stuck. Say that again. Tell me what part you were on, where I'm stuck. I didn't see your comment until just now. What part are you stuck on? Colors. Okay, awesome. So you can go and look up branding and colors. Okay. And you're going to start to see some things. And when you see those things, you're going to find all of these charts, and they have charts everywhere that says this color represents this color attracts this person. And then you'll pick them and go from there. Okay. All right. I'm here to help. Okay. So make sure you have different types of graphics for the things that you actually offer. All right. Now, let me see. I want to just keep moving through. Okay. Guys, here's something important when it comes to marketing. Super important. If nobody's asked you to do this before, you have to write out the problems that the people you're talking to actually have. When you're marketing, you need to know what their issues are so you can speak directly to them. So if you service clients and you do hair replacement services, their issue is that they have hair loss, and their problem is they need a cover up, and they need to be covered up 24/7 or whatever the case is. They may need to have hair restoration solutions. What are their problems? As soon as you know what their problems are, your marketing starts to represent that. You now start saying on your marketing, I help you bring your hair back. That's what the person who has a problem wants to hear, that someone can help me to bring my hair back. If they want a wig or a unit, they want to know that you can provide a cover up that doesn't have glue, or they don't want glue, or whatever the case is. Yes, dandruff is definitely a pain point when it comes down to servicing clients that don't want flakes falling all over the place. And the crazy thing is that dandruff actually is partly internal. So depending on what you do and how you serve your people, you can, start to put out information about where dandruff actually comes from. And you can actually get people on a deeper level. And you can also let them know what they can do about the dandruff. So you keep putting out content and you say, this is what I help my clients with. So your marketing is merely, I am going to know what they have a problem with. And every time I show up, I'm doing something that helps them to know that I can solve their problem. That's done through video. That's done through one of those graphics, like what I was just showing you a moment ago. It's done through all of those things. So if you're wise, you'll sit down and you'll write out at least 5 to 10 pain points of the people. and then you'll start your marketing, which solves their problems, okay? If you write down what happens if they don't come to you to get the problem solved, that is a way you can say, well, listen, when you don't come to me, this is what happens in the future. And you can begin to share the story about what that looks like through video, through static posts, through just telling people information. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in here. Okay, guys, you have to be using video. Video is super important, super important. Okay, all right, I'm gonna pop out of here and go back over to my other presentation, and I'm gonna share some more info with you. All right, let's go back. Let's get back in here. I got so much to share with you guys tonight. All right, and I do hope that you're still being served with this info tonight. Okay. All right, I also want to let you guys know when it comes to the logos, earlier I spoke about the PNG, which means you remove the background. Now, right here, you see my logo for me, Tomeka James, and this is my coaching logo, because when I was in a beauty business, my business logo was Tomeka's Beauty, and it still exists. So I don't mean to say was like that, but this right here, what I'm showing you is that the logo was done with a black background, and I selected these colors, and then I asked for them to make my logo with a white background so that I would be able to use it with the white background. I also could have still taken the black one and just said, make it a PNG, which pops out the pieces of the logo, and it makes it with no background at all. But when someone makes a logo for you, the whole point I'm making here tonight is make sure they make it in different ways. Don't let them just send you the one logo, because your logo, with however they made it with whatever background, it won't be usable everywhere. Now, we do have Canva, which will allow you to take your logo. You can now do this work on your own, pop it into Canva, and you click on remove the background, okay? And now you can create that PNG file, all right? I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, now I want to talk about networking, because when you're building your business and you're marketing comes into play when you're in person with people. So I touched on this a little bit earlier when I said, go to different events where the customer that you want is actually located. Now, here's what I want to caution you in doing. You're not just going to go any and everywhere just because people are gathering. If you service a certain level of a client, you're not going to go to the club where they have booty shorts on and everybody's 22 years old, and your client that you're servicing is generally 25 or 30 or 40 and up, or whatever the case is. You're not just going anywhere. So you're going to be mindful of the type of event that you're going out to get new clients when you go outside. Okay. You also can vend at events. And vending for me, when I've made the most connections has been when I've vended. And what I did was I got a table, and I basically went as a stylist that's a salon owner, and I did strand tests on the people who walked by. And I just did the pull test on their hair, the porosity test, and let them know what I saw and what they actually need. I wasn't selling them anything. I was just showing them what their hair really, the state that their hair is in. And I was able to tell them what they needed, whatever treatment, whatever products or what regimen they need to be on. And I did that while I was at a show. When people are local to you and they find out where you are and you do this, this is a whole different ball game here, because who else is doing this? Who else is really still taking care of the hair? Well, there are some of you, those of you here tonight. But I do want to let you know that there are a lot of people who are not taking care of the hair. So you do want to be that person that lets people know about the information you really have. Okay, so that was one thing that I've done. And I want to caution you when you're networking to not just pass out your card and walk away from every person. One of the things that I've done in the past, I literally went out to the mall and I took a mannequin with me. And the mannequin had the variety of hair extension techniques that I did. I did a different technique on each part of the mannequin. So I had like the Makani that I created, Malaysian. I had clip-ins, tape-in, all of those different techniques were on different areas of the mannequin. And I walked around with it and I passed out my card and I asked them, you know, do they get extensions done? And do they know about these techniques? And I'm right there. I give them my card. I show them the techniques, answer their questions, and walk away. It's such a unique thing to do. And if you also were to get a table at an event, you can just stay stationary and do this exact same thing. For you guys who do natural hair, you can do different natural techniques on a mannequin, and you can show people the different things and talk about whatever it is that you know in regards to who's in front of you. So you got to be very crafty in letting people know what you do. Okay. Now, networking, as I was saying, don't make the mistake of just giving the card because someone's going to just shove the card in their pocket. Say a few words to the person. Say, hello, hey, I'm just out here networking today. And I just, you know, I'm excited about getting new clients and whatever it is that you want to say, and pass the card. And they will more than likely ask you something, or you can prepare a question to ask them. Or do you currently have a service provider? You can ask them that and start the conversation and go from there. I like to do a lot of electronic connections. So one of the things I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pop out of here real quick and go to my other presentation so that I can share something else with you again. Okay, so let's go over here. Now, are you guys still seeing? I think you're still seeing my screen. I think so. Okay. I'm glad this is great info for you. All right, so right here is your QR code to your IG. Those of you who really want to really build your business and you're going to network, you can definitely grab your QR code, and guess what you can do? You can grab this and you can print it on a card. So you can grab it, screenshot it, and then you can make a business card. If you want your IG, your Instagram QR code, how do you get it? You go right here to the 3 lines on your Instagram, and then you go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you click on QR code. This is going to pop up. And then you can do one of 2 things, screenshot it, or you can go here and you can click this download arrow and download it to your phone. And now you'll have it as like a file, and then you can send it to the printers. You can make a whole flyer and put it in a corner. And when you're passing out your flyers that you're making when you're in person, you can ask people to scan the code and follow you on the spot. So if they do that, they will go straight to your IG. Now, let's talk about when you have this code and you send them to your IG. You want to make sure that your page is representing what you want people to buy from you. If you have been posting ponytails and you want them to see your wig service, I need you to get more photos up there of the wigs. I need more words on your social media that state that the wigs are what you offer, so that when they go, they see what you want them to see. Don't make the mistake of just randomly doing your social media. Okay. All right. Hope this is helpful, because now when you're in person, you can have this as a photo on your phone. So once you screenshot it, it's on your phone. The best thing I ask for you to do is to click on it and heart it on your phone, especially on an iPhone. And it will become a favorite, which means that it'll sit there and it's easier for you to reach it. So when you meet the next person, you open up your QR code and you let them scan it with their camera, and it goes straight to your Instagram. So when I say you as an introvert, you may not really know how to really get in there and have conversation, but you definitely can make it easy for someone to be able to get your information. Now, as an introvert and connecting with others, there are some things you can say as you're approaching people. And one of them I've already said is, hey, I'm just here to network. You remove all barriers of someone thinking you're hitting on them, someone not really knowing why you're approaching them. It's the easy thing to say, I'm here to network. And then you ask them if you can share your information with them. Okay. At different events, if there are events where people let you introduce yourself, I want you to think about what you want people to know about you and have something prepared. It's like your elevator pitch. So you have a few things that you want to say that represent who you are. If you service natural hair clients and you open your business at 5 a.m., I want you to make sure those are the couple of things that you say, and you don't have to say a lot. Those of you who have the introvert thing going on, you're nervous about talking in the first place. So just think about the few things that you really want them to know and say those things. And it'll keep it where it's easy, for you to connect. All right. And if you guys go to networking events that are listed as a networking event, it gives you the room to go in and everybody's networking. So if you're an introvert, it makes it easy to get in there because that's what everybody's doing. You're not now at a party trying to talk to people. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm just going to touch on this real quick because it is super important. If you're not using any schedulers for your social media, you can screenshot this if you want. These are some schedulers that can be used because you're not marketing because you're saying you don't have enough time to do so. The one that I use the most is Later, Later. It is online on the computer, and it's also on your phone as an app. So you could start on either place and finish up whatever you're scheduling to post from either the phone or the computer. All right. So if you have a screenshot, you can take a shot of it right now. And then I'm going to move to another slide. Okay. So these are some marketing things that you want to make sure that people know about. All right. Those of you who actually own your own business, do some events in your own space where you make it a day where you let people come in and do something fun. Do something fun in your business because people like something to do. And you can even simply, go get a bottle of wine or champagne or whatever it is that you drink or you think your clients drink, or the hard liquor, whatever, and tell them that you're going to have like a little happy hour. And however you want to do it, there's so many different ways to do the networking thing. Something that's popular, I'm actually going to be hosting with someone doing a mixology class. If you know the people that are around you, they actually drink and they like having fun, find yourself a bartender or just have fun and make a mixology class where people come in and they're able to make a drink. And everybody gets all the same ingredients and it's a fun thing to do. But you're bringing like attention to your business, and you can have, 10 people to come in attendance, and it gives you something that you can do video of, and then you can post it and say that these are things that you do in your business. It's all about the revamping is all about finding some energy that you can produce that gets you excited about staying in your business or get the other people around you excited as well. Okay. And back to this introvert thing. If you're the introvert and you are the one that runs the business, create opportunities for people to come in, and you're the host, and the host doesn't have to say a lot, but because you're the one that's running it, you have to talk to people, and you don't have to say a lot, but you got to talk to them. Okay. So hopefully this info has been super helpful for you tonight. Let me see. All right, let's get back in here. All right. Okay, now let's talk about employees. So there are things that need to be done. And before you get someone to do anything for you, whether they are a shampoo assistant, a front desk person, whether it's someone running your social media for you, whether it's someone that's doing administrative tasks for you, it doesn't matter what you need someone to do. Your first step is to take a day and sit down and commit yourself for at least a minimum of an hour to write out the tasks that you normally do from the time you wake up until the time that you actually will walk in your business and exit your business. What is it that needs to be done? When you sit and write out these things, I'm talking about, from the time you open up the doors, you have to straighten up the place and all sorts of actions that need to be taken throughout the day. Write everything out so that you can determine who can assist you. I always talk about how when you have a shampoo assistant, they should never just be a person shampooing for you. You know why? Because if they just shampoo, then what about the floor being swept? And what about the mirrors being cleaned? And the time that they're just sitting in between? Like, they should have these tasks that they need to complete, and it needs to be on a list so that they have something to check off from. So one of the things you want to do is create the checklist and print it and have boxes or lines next to it, have a day that these things need to be done. And this is what you hand over to the shampoo assistant so they know the additional tasks that need to be done. Now, if you guys have an administrative assistant that's working for you, I need you to sit down and think about all the administrative tasks that you're handling right now. A lot of you don't want to do your social media. That is like an administrative task to some degree. But if that's one of the things on the list, it's one of the things you have to handle. So now you have to think about, do you want someone else to do this? And if you do, then you do. So it goes on the list. If your administrative task is to send emails out, to send text messages out, what else is administrative? If there's a person that answers the phone for you, if there is a person that collects the money for you, if these events that I was just talking about, if there's a person that sets those things up, I need you to write out what it is that needs to be done. And then there's the thing that's a SOP, standard operating procedure. Now, this does take work, but the thing you want them to do, I want you to write out how you want it done. So let's just say if your social media is, you want them to post for you twice a day, Monday to Friday, and you want to make sure that they're putting a video up and a post of a quote or something, you specifically tell them what you want them to do. Then you have to have a system of getting them the content that they need, the pictures of you, the pictures of your work or whatever. You have to have a systematic approach to doing this. So now that you know what you want done and how you want it done, it makes it easy to ask someone to do it instead of saying, can you do my social media? And then what happens is they don't do it like you want. They do one post every 3 days and now you're mad. So you have to decide what you want done, how you want it done, and then make sure it's all written out. And this is the only way to win. And I know this is extra work, guys. I know it's extra work, but I'm telling you that the reason why you don't have someone doing things for you is because you think nobody can do it, but you haven't really expressed how you want it done. Okay. If there's a special way that people get checked out at your business, when I had my salon, the person that was at the front desk, they had a list of how they check a person out. They have to check them out. They're asking if they would like to purchase any products today, if they need to take anything home with them. They're asking if they want to rebook, and they're rebooking them a certain way, and then they're closing them out. Don't just ask someone to do something for you when you know there's a process that you want to follow. And heck, have your own processes. The reason why some of you are not winning is because that product that's on the shelf right there, you didn't offer it to anyone in a long time. Okay, I have to share this because it's on my mind. So one of the things in revamping has nothing to do with employees, but it could be an employee task. Every now and then, wherever your retail shelves are, you move them. If it's a shelf and you could physically move it, move it. If it's shelves on the wall, take them down and put them up somewhere else, or put something else on the shelf where the products were and move the products to another shelf so that people have another place to look at the products. One of the times when I got wise enough and heard it in a class that I took to move the products in front of the shampoo area, oh my gosh, they started buying because they sit in the shampoo area, they wait, and they're looking at this wall, and eventually they just ask to buy something. Oh my gosh, it's a genius idea. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you're going to get so whenever I hire a VA, let's talk about the VA, the virtual assistant. Some of you need someone to do things for you, and they're not in there. They don't have to be with you. You have to make a list of the tasks that you perform so you can decide on what you give away. Now, that list of things you're doing throughout the day, you have to write those things down. And next to every item, you have to go back to it and say, is this something I have to do? So is it going to be me? Or is it going to be that you can delegate it to another person? The delegation thing is the thing that it doesn't require your presence, and you can train someone to do it. Now, the automate is the third, which means that your social media could be automated. Now, you can get an assistant to do it for you, but it still can be automated. So I have two things in place. I actually have a virtual assistant, and she makes some of the content for me, and then she puts it into my scheduler, and that automates it so that she can stay on track and put it out today for the rest of the week. And that's her task on a Monday. And specifically, guys, when getting employees, you might need to, not might, but you need to find a way to let them know sort of how to get the job done. So with my VA, there's a document we work off of, and it says on Mondays, you are to take my quotes that I've written out and go in Canva and make the quote. And then you're to take these quotes that you made and put them in my scheduler. That is your Monday task, so that we know that it's done on Mondays, and when it's done, it's done. Now, I'm going to tell you guys at this point with my VA, because I'm going to tell you there are a couple of things that she was getting behind on, and I cannot pay you to do things that I could do myself, and you're behind. So we had to create some sort of a system. So now she's like on this probation where she has to do the task and do a picture, a screenshot, send it to me. Did it get done today or not? Like, we're not going to wait till, a couple of days go by and it's not done. Question is, what was done today? So that's what she has to do now. When she is okay, she can get off her probation. But for now, like, she's been working for me too long, and I can't have you slacking. So with your employees, you have to have a point of, here is what I want you to do. And then we're going to touch base and make sure it's being done to my specifications. Because if you don't touch base, the things you want them to do, they're not going to continue to do it the way, because everybody slacks off. It's just what people do. So now you have to find a way to make sure they're doing it the way you want, in a timely fashion. So you have to stay in touch with your employees. So you're going to have to make sure you're having meetings, even if it's just a quick 15-minute phone call. It's got to happen very, very often. Okay. So these are some of the things that you want to do when it comes to employees. You also have to decide how much you're going to pay them. And no matter what you pay someone, you have to make sure that it's above minimum wage. All right. That's the one thing that you want to do. Make sure it's above minimum wage. The easiest way I've ever paid an assistant was to just do hourly above minimum wage, pick an amount and monitor the hours that they're doing. So you know what you're paying them, make sure it makes sense for you and for them, and make sure they're trained well so that they do get tips, so they get money on top of what you're paying them as well. Okay, I hope this is helpful. There's so much more to say about employees, but I think I've summed it up where it's a person that's in person with you and something that you need to do when you get the VA. And these documents, these SOPs, writing out what you want them to do is a real thing. And if you do it one at a time, you'll have great success. All right. And I've just spoken a little bit about dealing with employees. Like right now, my VA is like on a probation. You have to send those pictures. Okay. So you want to communicate with them about what you want. And you also need to know when it's time to fire, because everyone is not meant to stay forever just because they're working with you. Okay. When you start with someone, put them on probationary period from the beginning. Know what that will mean to you. It's either going to be a week, 14 days, it could be 30 days, but have something where you say you're starting, but we're going to check in at this interval and we're going to see how you're doing, so that you don't have to feel stuck. You can have your way out at that point. Okay, staff organization. So it is what I was just saying. I put my slides up here and I just started talking, but at the end of the day, you have to know who is going to do what, because everyone doesn't do everything. And when you give someone way too many tasks, that's where things go left. So I want you to think about what you need done. I want you to see what your budget is. and I want you to make sense out of what the person is doing for you. You should know that your social media is definitely making you money. I work from home, so if I don't do things on social media, people won't see me at all. So it's definitely worth it to me to make sure that someone can handle certain things and keep them going while I am in creative mode. And those of you who are here because of the revamp, I need you to find a way to take the things that other people can do for you off the table for you, at least for a little while, pay someone to do it so you can get in creative mode, so you can get your energy back for your business. If you used to do something, I want you to stop tonight as soon as you close out and write a note for this. What did I do in the past that worked? There's something that you were doing that was working in your business and you just stopped doing it. You got burned out, whatever the case is, there was something. Everybody has a thing. Whatever that thing is, I want you to regurgitate it, bring it back, refresh it, do something new with it. But there was something that was working to get you new clients. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm only on secret number 4. Oh my gosh. Okay. Transition into online. I definitely want to talk about those of you who are here and you are in the beauty industry and you are still taking appointments without a booking app. I don't know how much I need to beat this dead horse here, but it has to change. Everyone has to have an online booking app because it supports you in so many different ways. That marketing that we were talking about, some of the apps that you guys have, they have spaces where people can find you because you're in the app, because you're on their system. So you want to use the app so that when people are looking for people in your area, they can randomly find you based upon the services that you offer. Okay. So even when you're doing your marketing and you're setting up your online booking app, there are spaces where it asks you, like, what do you specialize in? What do you do? And what statement do you want to make? Put the money maker in that statement so that people will find you and they'll look for you and pay you for the thing that makes you the most money instead of just looking for a stylist. So make sure you do that, and make sure that you have really good photos when you're ready to transition online, because it's a visual world. So take the best of your photos and gather them together. If you don't know where all your pictures are, you can go in your phone and create a folder and start putting the good pictures in there so that you can put them on to your online booking app. The revamping thing. If you've been on an online booking app for quite some time, and the pictures that you started with are the pictures that are still sitting there, and you've done a lot of new work and you've gotten better and you've done some up-to-date styles, I need you to go in there and revamp and update those photos. Now, there's more to talk about this whole transitioning online, because if you are not online, even when you get ready to go online, you shouldn't post all of the services that you used to do, because you probably have grown out of doing some of the services. So now when you transition online, you actually can just only let people know about the things you want them to see. So you will have to sit down and you will have to write all your services out, and then you will have to write what they cost. And when you do the transition, and even if you're revamping, you have to look at how much you're charging and how long it takes you to do the thing. Because what's going to happen is the app is going to say, tell me how long it takes for you to do a blowout. And if you know deep down, it's going to take you, like, you do it for an hour and a half, and then you look at your price, and I'm making up something here, and you charge $30 or $40 to do it. It's just like, oh my gosh, an hour and a half, $30 or $40. What am I making per hour? Oh no, have to raise my price, or I need to stop doing the thing. Okay. Now, the other transition online that I can talk about is everyone, even when you have these booking apps, you should still have a website. A website is a place that people can find you. So even if you do a website, I want you to know your website doesn't have to be huge. You can start with a one-page website. Did you know that? You can even build your own one-page website yourself if that's what you desire to do. And it literally has the main information. It would act as a landing page. It has the main information you want people to know about what you do. And you purchase a domain name that represents you and your business and attach it to it. That's your website. I'm here to take the overwhelm away from you. If you don't currently have a site, you can do a one-pager for now. And then as you make more money and as you delve into this even more, you can get you a designer that will make you a full-fledged site. You don't have to wait. Okay. Make sure you have an online presence. Now, when you do a website, something that most people are not doing is making sure you have a YouTube account and start your channel if you don't already have one. And some of the work that you're doing, that you're posting on your Instagram and on your Facebook, go ahead and make a short video and post that right into your YouTube account. You can post it as a short, which is actually are getting very good traction now. And that's just like, just a very short video and around a minute long or less. And you can put information under a short, you can put your website address. It's clickable there. And people who are scrolling through will see your short video. Or you can make a longer video about you talking about something, put it on your YouTube channel. Where I'm really going here is having a YouTube presence. And I also want to share with you that once you put your video on YouTube, whether it's a short or a regular video, regular length, grab the link to the YouTube video and go back to your website and put the video on your site. You can make it clickable, or you can embed it onto the site. These are some things that some of you know what I'm saying and some of you don't. But you can put that video there and it brings you traction to your site. Okay, because you put the video on YouTube. I know I'm going deep, but these are some of the things that you need to hear. And the crazy thing is, sometimes I don't want to share all this info because I feel like it's a lot to the people's ears that are in front of me. But at the same time, sometimes I'm tired of people who keep saying, I don't know, and keep walking the other way, like as if your I don't know is going to support you and your business. Like, at what point will you say to yourself, I don't know and I need to find out. I don't know and I have to do something about this because everybody else has a YouTube, everybody has a site. I don't have this. At what point will you stop saying, I don't know, I don't have, and just keep going? The business doesn't thrive off of lazy actions. Okay. So I'm going to leave you room to ask me questions. So those are some of the things I wanted to talk about when it comes to transitioning online. That site, it could also be a landing page, and that means that it's a one-pager as well. Or you can, when it comes down to the online booking app, make sure that you have that so that you can actually use it to communicate with your clients. Because you can say, hey, Booksy, or, Booksy, Vagaro, Style Seat, whatever you're using, I want to send a message to all my clients. I just want to say hello and thank you. I want to give them a coupon. I want to wish them happy hump day. I want to offer them a special, whatever it is, you can send a message to everybody once they're in there. Okay. Let's see. All right. What I've done here is I provided this slide for you to grab some of the apps that I use that are helpful with doing things online. So you can grab a screenshot and you can definitely, these are all the things that I for real, I use. We know Canva is the place to make your posts, and Canva now has a lot in it where you can actually make videos and you can really do some amazing things there, edit video in there as well now. So it's really crazy. And going all the way to the bottom of the left side, Perfect 365. That's an app for you to put makeup on your client's face. Like if you're doing a client and you want to take a picture of them, of their final results, and you want to take a head-on, face-on photo, and they don't have makeup on, just take the picture and put their picture in perfect 365 and click the button and put makeup on their face. That quick. You can do subtle makeup, you can do drastic makeup, whatever you want. So you don't have to have pictures that don't look like what you want them to look like. So these are some other apps that are really helpful for you. Over on the right-hand side, these are files, and Dropbox are places where you can store things because you're running out of space. Easy Squares, where you have a graphic or a flyer or something, and it's spilling off of the page. You put it in Easy Square, it crops it down, and it'll fit right on your Instagram instead of things falling off of the page and looking crazy. Those of you who don't know about Google and using the Google apps, I need you to learn, because you can do so much on Google. It's crazy. Video Leap and Motion Leap, those are some editing apps. Okay. So I hope that you did a screenshot, because that info is definitely for you. Digital products is the last thing I want to talk about tonight. A lot of you really want to, let me move back. A lot of you want to make a digital product. Let's talk about how simple it can be. An ebook. An ebook, guys, is basically a PDF. Okay. However you make the PDF, it's a PDF. So if you go into something like Canva, and let me explain that these slides that I'm showing you right now, I could make this and turn this into an ebook if I want. These are all individual slides that I've been clicking and letting you see. When I go to download all the slides that were here, if I have enough information on each one, and I made myself a cover, and I made myself a table of contents to let people know what they're going to get. And I make myself a end page, and I click inside Canva and I say, download this file as a PDF. That's an ebook. I just want you to know, just in case you didn't know, how you can make one, you can make it just that simple. Now, if you want to make a digital product such as an ebook, and you actually don't want to design it, you don't want to be the one in Canva, you're going to type up the things that you want on each of the pages, and you'll send it over to someone on Fiverr. There are people that make ebooks for other people, and you can probably get it done for less than $100. So if you want to have an ebook about whatever you want to help people with, create the ebook. Now, if you're in the beauty industry and you want to create a digital product, you want to connect it to the business that you're in, that's what you want to do, find a problem that you can solve for the people that already know you. Make it easy for yourself. Find a problem that you can solve. So what if, I think Sophia was talking about the dandruff earlier, and now she wants to make the dandruff ebook, breaking down dandruff and how to get rid of dandruff. She can make that ebook. An ebook could be 3, 5, 7 pages, 50 pages, 100. It can be as short or long as you want. As long as the information you want people to have is in there, that's your ebook. And as long as it's a PDF so they can download it, it's an ebook. So you can create a digital product instantly. I now have so many that I stopped counting because it's crazy. Now, some of your digital products you're going to give away, and some of them you're going to sell. You can actually take a digital product you're going to sell and make it a big digital product, meaning you have a lot of pages. And then you can make a free one that is a few pages of the big one and give that away and let people know that you gave that away. But there's the whole ebook that they can actually buy, and they can purchase that other one. So someone asks about how do you market your digital products? You can say, I have this free thing, and they actually get the free thing. And then you tell them about the other one that you offer. Now, when you offer someone something for free, when it comes to this digital products and letting people know, that's where the link in your bio comes into play. We actually have some ways that you can give things away for free, which is link in bio. Right now, I'm using SocioTap, And they actually have an area where I can load a file in and a person can click and they can download the free file. Now, the only thing that we all have to be careful of is that even if you can let someone have your free ebook instantly like that, you have to make sure that you're getting their information in exchange for giving them the free item. So without me saying way too much, once again, a digital product can be simply the PDF, and another digital product can be your course. Now, guys, a course can be made as small or big and complex as you want it to be. There is such a thing as an email course. And if some of you are following me and you listen to me in different places, like even when I go in Clubhouse, the email course, and I've said this on Instagram too, is a way for you to set up a series of emails that a person will get after they made a purchase with you. Now, there are things that have to happen for these things to move, but you can make 5 videos that are a part of your course, and you will be able to put them in emails. And the sequence says, give them this email, and then give them this next email 1 hour later, a day later. If there are 5 in the email course, you can create an email course. They pay you and they are signed in and they get something delivered every day. There are many different platforms to do this. And it can also be done with a form. So you can create a course that simple. The other courses that you're building are on course platforms like your Kajabi and Kartra, your Thinkific and Teachable, those platforms, even Gumroad. These are all platforms where you can create your courses, all right? Someone asked about how to promote digital products outside of what I said. People have to see the graphic that it's available. So there needs to be a graphic. You have to post it often, and you have to begin to talk about the information that is in the course. That's what your social media begins to talk about. Okay, guys, that has been a full hour and a half of information, which is what I intended to come and share tonight. Those are all the 5 secrets about digital products and all the different things. So this slide right here is about digital products. And what I did when I made my slides, I had my VA to grab the topics that you guys put in when you were filling out the survey. So someone is here tonight, and what you asked to learn is specifically what's on each of the slides. So someone said that they wanted to know about systems like this, which what they were talking about was how you all clicked on a button and you filled out and put your name, phone, and email in, and then you were led to answer the questions. And then if you followed through, you saw a little short video. And then there was a button that you could click to follow me on Instagram. And then you were put into a sequence, which allowed me to say, everybody that said they wanted to come, send them an email about this particular webinar. So that is like a funnel. And when you hear funnel, you're hearing it and you're like, I need to get a funnel and I don't know what it is. So I wanted to stop and explain that literally is a funnel, because you started at a certain point, you were taken on a journey, you're clicking this, you go there, and then you automatically get different things. So when I wanted to make sure I reached out to all of you, it was a click of a button that was set up earlier, and the emails that you are getting are in a series, in a sequence. They're already set up, okay? The word scaling is sitting here. Scaling is being able to do things like that so that you're not in front of the project the whole time. And I want you to know, every time someone signed on, they were added to the sequence. So they got the emails. So it means that I don't have to have a new person to sign on to come to the webinar tonight and for me to manually send them the information to get in. All of that was set up as a system, okay? And the scaling means that you can talk to more people at one time. which just really spreads your wings. All right. I hope tonight was all about you just hearing this information, getting it broken down a little bit more, getting some literally some strategies that you could use to help you to either do some revamping in the business you're in right now, or to get ready to move forward to exit. Now, in the space of the revamping, I gave you things you could do right now to re-engage in your business and get people excited about who you are, for you to show up, for you to change your branding and come back out looking brand new, so that people are like, whoa, what's happening? Something is going on. If you are going to be doing the exit plan like I did, these things that we're talking about, you got to start doing them now. You still got the same things to do. You still need to start preparing people to see the thing that you're about to show them. Pick your colors, get your logo, start getting everything set up, and start showcasing that information to the world. So for the person here who's going to start building out a course, there are a couple of you actually that I know that are doing courses. Your job now is to start prepping and priming your audience that this is what you're doing. You're sharing tips. Your posts represent that this is who you are and what you do. So people start seeing it, and now they recognize it. When you have something available for them to sell, to purchase from you, they'll be like, oh, I've been seeing what they've been talking about. And those of you who are ready to do a digital product, you'll make something and you'll start collecting leads, which is collecting people's info, because you gave something away so that you can talk to people. Because the person who asks about the marketing, you have to get people's info so you can communicate with them later, so you can send them the info about what's happening. All right, I am now going to open up the floor for you guys to ask me some questions. And real quick, I forgot about this slide. Strategy. Here's how, when I decided to start over, I'm gonna read this real quick so you can tell me what you want to ask me tonight. When I finally realized that I had to start over and put the shears down, which was what I decided I wanted to do. My back was hurt and feet hurt, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. I loved educating. I love servicing those clients, but no more. So I had to figure out, what am I selling? Because you're going to be in some type of business. What are you selling? When will I launch it? These are some things you're going to have to figure out. How will I start? And how will I maintain? And the starting is the things I'm talking about right now, starting to make movements and making choices and doing the things on the back end, and then really putting it out to the world. I knew I needed a website. So even though you guys see Tomeka James, tomekasbeauty.com, I had to make coachtomekajames.com because I was stepping into that space. So even before the world fully saw Coach Tomeka James, I was on the back end making sure the site was built out. And I just did a little bit at a time until I got to where I wanted it to be. And I'm still constantly changing my site. I had to decide if I was going to do a landing page, which is not a full-fledged site, but I do have landing pages for different things that I offer. I had to get my payment portals in order. There are multiple places you can collect payments from, and you should be signed up to multiple places. I had to decide on what launch campaign I was going to do. A launch campaign is the series of things that are done to let someone know that something is happening and something is available. Okay, I had to get that together. I had to do research. Who's around me? What are they doing? What's happening? What am I missing? What do I need to be doing? Research. And then people always ask me this question: do you build an audience first or after? You should always be building an audience. You should build an audience off of who you are today and what you do. Keep showing up, because you know what? You've seen someone who you follow, and then all of a sudden, now they start selling t-shirts and they sell lashes, and now they're selling whatever, but you already know them. And now they decide to sell something that you're actually interested in, and you're connected to them. You just might buy. And that's how it works. So there is no build the audience after. You build the audience where you are. There is no, I'm going to wait till I have all my stuff together. No, you keep posting, because if you're an entrepreneur, you're posting about something. And then when you're ready to change, you've got a warm audience of people who've been connecting to you. Okay. So that was what I had to do. So guys, today we covered staffing, marketing, producing digital materials, how to increase productivity in your business. That was inside of some of the other stuff that I spoke about. We spoke about how to maintain your customers and clients. Customers and clients, that word is used interchangeably because some of you consider your customers, and some people you call them your clients, and it depends in what world that you're in. We spoke about how to get some new clients, where you can go and some of the things you can do. We spoke about transforming and transitioning your business to online. And I also gave you some effective apps that you can use. All right. So do you guys have any questions? Do you have any questions? I'm going to leave the floor open. You can now simply just unmute. You can raise your hand if you like, so I can see who you are that has a question. I truly hope that tonight that you've been served. And I want to tell you guys that your gift tonight for being here is that every one of you that is an attendee tonight gets a 15-minute strategy call with me. So when I say strategy call, I'm talking about I'm here to serve. So your gift is that I'm going to give you the link for you to book your call. You can actually click the link, book your call. I want you to scroll down to the part where it says complimentary call. And it is set up as a 20-minute call, but you're going to get 15 minutes because I'm doing strategy with you. So you can tell me where you are in your business when we get on a call, and I'll give you some tips on what you can actually do. So every person here, this is my way of serving. You're going to get the free gift of a 15-minute strategy call. Okay, so in the meantime, Christy, I see that you raised your hand. Feel free to unmute and ask me whatever your question is. Whatever you guys want to know tonight, I'm here for a few more minutes with you. Okay, Christy.
Okay. Hey, how are you? I want to know, do you have any tips on how to get, like, if you want to get started with getting your own product, as far as like, for example, like if you want to do a product relabeling, or if you want to create products with your name personalized on there? Do you have any tips on where to go to find those type of vendors? Is it still like pretty much like DHgate or AliExpress where you will find most of them, or do you have any tips for that?
Okay, I sure do. I sure do. All right, let me drop this in the chat. All right. Okay, so here I'm dropping the link for the book a call. So everybody, please copy the link and make sure that you book your call. You can book it as soon as for tomorrow if you like. Okay, so Christy's question. All right, how can she get her own product line? All right, so there is a location, liquidtek.com, LIQUIDTEK, liquidtek.com. That is a place in California, and a couple of things that they do. And y'all getting this high level information right here. I'm here. I'm telling you, I'm answering you tonight. This is high level info. So they are a company that they have, what do you call it? They white label. Okay. So they make products already, and they will put your name on the product. They will create your, you send them your logo and they'll create the design for your label. And now that that's designed, if they have products that you like, that they've been using and selling and creating for years, they will just private label them for you. They also will make your bottles for you. So if you made your own products, they'll just make the bottles and you can buy them from them as well. So that is a definite place. Now, your African-American company that does this for you is Monster Brands. So I think it has an S on the end, monsterbrands.com. And if I'm wrong, take the S off, but monsterbrands.com. Okay, check them out. They have several products and they will label them for you as well. And they have products that are used on African-American hair for sure as well. They are an African-American based company. Okay, Chrissy, was there anything else in the question? Was that the answer or anything else?
Yes, and besides, like, if I have certain things that I'm looking to get my name printed on personalized, do you have any like good companies to go through for that?
I sure do. I'm giving a T out. Do you know about Printful?
Say that again.
Printful. Do you know about Printful?
No.
Okay, Printful, printful.com. So I'm not sure what you want to put your information on, but Printful will do mugs, t-shirts, blankets, pillowcases, hats, everything. And they also connect you with, you can connect it to online platforms such as Shopify. So you can connect the two, and you can create your products on the spot, literally, where you don't have to ever carry them if you don't want to. They'll make the mock-ups for you on the site. You put the designs in and it generates a design for a t-shirt. You make a t-shirt mock-up, and now you instantly are able to post that and say, hey, here's my t-shirt that is available. It can be available by tomorrow if you sat and you worked through the site.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. Who else has a question tonight? I'm here to serve. Y'all better get me while I'm here. Anything else? Are your employees independent contractors or salary based? All right. So my the people that I'm working with, I only have VAs working for me, and I have independent contractors. So a lot of the things I get other people to do for me are like graphic designers doing different things. When I do like an event in person, I'll hire somebody to come and assist me for the day or stuff like that. So it's independent contractors, like just side gigs. My VA is 1099. And that's basically what I decided to do. So you can make it make sense for you so that, you're not taking on anything, extra. So I hope that that answers your question.
I have a question. I'm sorry
Yeah.
if I called out. This is Sophia.
Oh, it's fine.
So my question is basically do you find with your experience with building courses that customers actually respond to courses? Like if I wanted to create a course for my customers, like on a how to, like how I mentioned the pain point about dandruff, and I wanted to actually maybe have a course talking about hair products that they could use to, help with the dandruff, and also talking about like what you said about the internal parts of it too as well. Do you find that for customers that they respond well or sign up for courses? Because it seems like it would be a challenge for customers to sign up for courses rather than like if I was a stylist trying to get other stylists to sign up for a course for something that I'm trying to teach. And what are your thoughts on that? Would you still call it a course, or would it be like a workshop? You know what I mean? Do you understand my question?
I sure do. So,
Okay.
I have a program where I teach how to do that. So I actually have, and matter of fact, one of the ladies is here right now that she just came out of the course and she's been finishing up her course. She's doing a course for the clients and a course for stylists. Those are two different markets. And what happens in both spaces is going to be pricing. So this is what you should know. Yes, it can still be called a course. And your clients, yes, they will and they can buy. You're just going to have to relate to them what they're purchasing. And you can do a lot of different things when it comes to the clients buying it. You could add it on to a service. Like you can get real crafty. You could say, I have, even if you don't call it a course, you can say a tutorial that is, you have to make it valuable, right? Like you can't just make it like a YouTube video. You probably should still call it a course, but I have a course that you can that you can purchase so that you get the details from me as a professional on.
How do I sign up for the course that you said you have? You said you
Oh,
have a course on how I could learn to do this
yeah.
for my clients?
So
Okay.
Yeah, actually, there's a link inside my bio on Instagram
Oh,
and or CoachTomekaJames.com.
okay. And I'll be able to sign up for it that way.
Yep, either way.
Okay,
And
I'll
I'll
do
put the
that.
link.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely can. And you know, and maybe you should connect with Christy, because Christy just came out of the course and
Oh,
she's still working on hers because she's doing both. And I just like
okay.
for people to be connected, because maybe she can say anything to you in regards to, because she had the same questions when she got in the course.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. It's very informative and she makes it easy where you go step by step.
Okay, thank you, Christy. I'll put my phone number or my email in the chat. Maybe we could connect that way.
Okay, all right,
Okay,
definitely.
thank you, ladies.
Sure. Now let me answer you a little bit deeper, Sophia, because there's something else you want to know. So when you do the course for the clients, it's not as valuable as if you taught a stylist how to make money from it. So I'm just gonna make up some numbers here. So if you're doing it for the clients, you're probably gonna make like maybe less than $100 per course for the clients to buy that,
Right.
because it's not as valuable, because you're teaching them something they need to know, but it's coming from a professional, which is why you want to do it. But when you do the same type of course and you make it a little more meaty and you talk about how to take care of the dandruff and all of the different things that a stylist needs, it's more valuable to them. So they
Right.
will pay you more for the same information. So I always say you have to think about how much money you want to make and who you want to support. So remember at the beginning of the call, I don't know if you were here, but at the beginning of the call, I was just saying, you got to know who you're talking to, because everything that you're doing, it directs how much money you make. I'm going to tell you, like, it's called your avatar, right? Your avatar, who you're talking to determines the money, because if you're talking to teenagers or high level executives, it's different. The high level executives, they have the money, they have to get their hair done. The teeny boppers are just playing around. Now they have money too, so we're not going to dismiss them. I'm just making a point here. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I understand completely where you're coming from.
Yep. And let me share. So one of the other girls that just came out of the course too, this is what she's doing in public info, so I can share this. She's doing a course for her clients as well. And her course is for natural hair styling. So one of the things, and if you watch the lives that we've done, she spoke about this, like there are different brushes you can use for the hair. And she's showing them what brush to use and how to use it as a client, but it's coming from her perspective. So when your clients trust you, they will buy from you. And then you start sharing that with other people. So it's not only your own clients. You're going to do your work to let people know how much info you have and why they should get this from you. And then you're going to market to other clients. It won't be just your own. Yep. I hope that was helpful. All right. Does anyone else have any other questions tonight? I'm here. A few more minutes. You can think if you have something that you want to know.
I do.
Okay, ready?
I missed a lot of your steps. I came in on step 4. Is there any replays or anything that, are you going to do it again? Or, and I had also, while I was doing this, I was buying something that I needed, and just so happened to be in the store, and I happened to find something, of course, that I wasn't looking for, but I was thinking, okay, I got to start my course. And when I looked, it was a picture there that was not in the picture department, and it had the exact words on it for the name of my business. So sometimes you just don't know. There are no coincidences. They're God instances, because God is my higher power. So I just thought that was funny. But that's why I missed this, because I was in the store going to buy something that I was told this is the store to buy it at, but instead I end up finding this instead.
Wow, look at that. Well, so yeah, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And as I always say, you are where you are supposed to be at all
Supposed to
times.
be.
You just are. So, Suzanne, I actually remember seeing some of your comments when you signed up for this webinar. And you had some really, you had a lot of different concerns. I wish I can, let me see. How can I get to it? I'm just going to stop the share real quick. All right. So let me see. I'm going to go.
I don't remember exactly what they are, but probably because I'm a healer, I'm a healing, I'm a healing energy massage therapist, reflexologist, and decided to become a life coach since I've been doing that all my life. And I have a specific system. I'm going to call it a system, a specific way that I life coach that's always been a win-win-win for, I think maybe 40 or 50 years now, the type that I use, but I've always been doing it for free. So I decided now I think I'm going to become a paid life coach. So that's why I was debating whether to be on this call tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, so the actual, one of the things that let me say it like this. I created a full course to help you to start coaching and to create your course. And it was more money, larger, lots of info. And I pulled out half of everything and made it just build your course. Because guys, when you step into your next realm, you want to be the well-rounded entrepreneur. You don't want to just create something and now you don't know what to do to let people see you. So even if you build a course, you're going to have to do the marketing and all of that other stuff. So that was what my bigger course was about. But then I lowered the price and I made it smaller where it was just about building out your course. And there's still some bonuses in there too. But what I did was I marketed it to hairstylists. And that's what it says on the front. But the stuff in the course is for anyone who's building their course. I just want you to know that. So everybody you have to make choices about marketing. And in the beauty industry, a lot of people know who I am. So people already trust me. So for me to market to stylists, even though this course is for anyone to be able to use, that was what I did. I just want to share that with you, Suzanne. All right, I'm trying to I want my computer to let me in to this document because I have stored all of the things that you guys wanted to know. Okay, just give me 1 second. And when I get to the file, okay, I'm almost there. Okay, let's see. Is this it? 1 more second, guys. Okay, I found it. I found the document that I wanted to find. All right, on here, there were so many things that you guys told me that you want to know about business. All right. Okay, this is what charge your worth as a consultant. Everyone, where do I find clients for my massage therapy sessions? Suzanne, was that you asking about that, or was somebody else?
Oh, wasn't it me? No.
Asking about where do you get your clients
Yeah.
for massage therapy sessions?
Yeah, that was probably me.
Yes. Okay. So getting clients, guys, for everyone, it has to do with what's the caliber of client that you want and where are they already frequenting and how can you connect with them? So the reason why you guys hear people talk about go into Facebook groups and connect with people is because the group was created because people who love massage therapy are all in a group. So you find the groups where the people are located and you connect with the people in the group. And the way that you, not so sleazy, connect with people in a group who love massage or whatever, you go in and you give value. You give tips about the thing that you do. And you just give value wherever you go. And eventually people will see you as a person who has great information. And there will be no denying that you're the person that knows your stuff. This is the same thing we do on our social media. The thing that we have to do with social media is we have to become discoverable. And this is why we always have to use, and hashtags are not dead, because when you go to search for something, you're seeing whoever put hashtags underneath their posts coming up. So when you put the hashtags that a person is looking for, like if they're looking for dandruff or massage therapy in certain areas, you put the hashtag next to your post, under your post, so people could find you. You got to be discoverable. Those of you who have the energy and are willing to do the YouTube thing, you're already posting on your social media. Take those same videos and drop them on YouTube and become a person that people find that has information. Do a live, and this is a strategy that I talk about a lot, but do a live that is anywhere from 10 to 30 or 40 minutes long or so. And you just give tips out. Sit and write out what you want to share. You can give out 30 minutes worth of tips, and then you go and cut that live up and you make it several videos. And now you have information that you keep sharing. Those of you who find others that you are buying from and learning from, it's because they put content out everywhere for you to find them. I was listening to a bunch of people who I follow, who are leaders, especially in the coaching space, and they just made themselves discoverable. And I'm listening when I'm at like their webinars, and I'm seeing the people come on, and the people are saying things like this: I've been watching you for several months. I've been watching you for almost a year, and I finally made the choice. I heard this one lady, she said in a session, she was talking to the guy who was running the webinar. She said, I just let my husband watch your content on social media because he was the barrier. I had to talk to him about whether I could sign up. I just let him watch your content. Now he's convinced, and now I can sign up to your program. This is real stuff. So you have to be that person that people find as the value source. And you have to be the one that's good at what you do. You also have to put your testimonies out as soon as you get them. That's how your marketing works. Yeah. All right. I hope that was helpful. I hope. Oh, this was another good question. How do you know your target audience before you start your business? Your target audience is who you want to talk to. And then eventually, as you keep showing up, people are going to gravitate to you based upon some things that you say and do. And you just have to start with who you want to talk to originally. And then as you move, they will begin to connect, and you'll be able to break away some things. And that's basically how it's going to happen. Hopefully that helps out with someone who's like, I don't know who my audience is. Yeah, you just get started. You know that. So there is an avatar exercise that's done where you answer a series of questions, and you take the product that you are going to sell and you answer the questions, and you think about who fits into this thing that I'm selling. Who fits into the picture. Yep. And that's how you'll find your person as well. Okay, well, I intended this to be this amount of time where we are here tonight. So I just want to get ready to close out. If there are any other questions, I'm happy to answer. So the only thing at the end of this tonight is me saying to you that you guys are all awarded a 15-minute call with me. So you can have 15 minutes to tell me where you are in your business. You'll talk and tell me where you are. And I'm going to give you, within that 15 minutes, any tips that I can give you about what you want to know within those 15 minutes. Okay, that's my gift to you. And that's pretty much it. All right, you're so welcome. So I'll see you on the call. And if there's nothing else, I'm just glad that you joined. And hey, Vanessa, I didn't say hello. I know who Vanessa is. And hey, Renee, Sequesta, Sophia, Suzanne, and Christy, thank you all for coming tonight. And that's it. So if there's anything else, catch me before we close out. And if not, I'm here for you. I absolutely love what I do. And I love being in these private spaces where you can ask your personal questions to see what you can do next. I hope that you all were served tonight and there was something that you're going to use as early as tomorrow, as soon as you wake up. Don't let the information go over your head. There was something for everyone tonight. Okay. So once you take actions, you're going to get to the next level. All right. That's it. Y'all have a great night. I thank you for coming, and we're closing out. Oh, so Suzanne asked, there is going to be a replay. I will send it to you guys. I'm sorry I didn't answer that question. I will send the replay out.
Thank you. You're so amazing and so generous. And I love what I do. So that's why I was attracted, law of attraction. That's why I was attracted to come here. That's why when I went to the store to buy an air fryer, and it wasn't really the best place to buy one, but that's why I found that's the picture that had the exact words of what I'm going to name my company. So there's no coincidences. I'm so happy and so blessed to be here in your presence. Thank you for sharing and caring. Thank you.
All right. So grab your link for your call, or I'm going to send it out to you guys anyway. So it's okay. Either way, whether you grab it or not. But if you guys click your link and you can set your call up, everybody gets a 15-minute call, and I'll be happy to support you. All right. Thanks again for coming, and good night.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.